Slow. You're watching KREX 5 News at 6 p.m.
Good evening and thank you for choosing KREX 5 News. I'm Shelby Bracho. No war for now. President Trump is weighing his response to Iran's latest attack, but making no further military moves for the moment. Washington correspondent Kelly Meyer reports on the latest from the White House and Congress.
President Trump addressed the nation Wednesday with one message.
The United States is ready to embrace peace with all who seek it.
His remarks come less than 24 hours after Iran launched missile strikes at an Iraq military base that houses U.S. forces. No troops were harmed and there was only minimal damage to the military base. The attack was retaliation for the American airstrike that ended in the death of Iranian Major General Qasem Soleimani. The president says he has no regrets.
He should have been terminated long ago.
The White House says they're still deciding on a possible military response, but has announced additional economic sanctions on the Iranian regime.
North Carolina Senator Tom Tillis says the president made the right decision on the Iran airstrike. In the days since, 6,500 service members from North Carolina have been deployed to the Middle East.
Really encourage everybody in North Carolina, if you know a military family, give them a call, check in on them.
Both Tillis and Alabama Senator Doug Jones were called into classified briefings on the situation.
I'm hoping that the administration will give more information to the American people about where this is, how they came to this decision, and what our strategy is going forward. I think that's still an unanswered question at this point.
President Trump isn't making any moves just yet, but says the U.S. military is prepared for anything. Reporting in Washington, I'm Kelly Meyer.
Following the president's address to the nation, Congressman Scott Tipton shared his thoughts of how the situation is being handled.
You know, this morning, this president, I believe, actually did a very good job of, given that we had no American or coalition casualties, came out a very measured response in terms of not threatening any further action. He wants to be able to de-escalate the situation and to be able to bring Iran back into the nations of the entire world here to be able to work together.
Well, thousands of troops have left their families to be deployed half a world away to Iran. And we sent Jessica Batista to the VA Center right here in Grand Junction to talk to veterans to find out what the troops are feeling and how you at home can support.
That's right, Shelby. The thought of war is scary enough right here for civilians. The veterans I spoke with share words of encouragement and also share the things they miss the most.
Trust your training and trust your instincts and really look out for each other while you're over there. I know it's a really stressful time.
Listen to your NCOs. They're looking out for you, your staff NCOs, and do what your training kicks in.
Obviously, all the little things we take for granted here in the United States, like being able to just drive down to the gym and in your car and have a normal day, or spend time with your family, and just being able to enjoy the little certain food items you miss while you're over there.
Another thing they liked was Texas Pete and Tabasco sauce.
As much as you can, just be there for the troops. I mean, if people want to send care packages, you know, the troops love those things.
Going to be sending care packages. Best thing to do is, I know everybody enjoys a fresh pair of socks, beef jerky.
From all of us here, we're grateful for our troops and we thank you for your service. For more information on how to support our troops, go to westernslopenow.com. First on the Western Slope and live in the studio, Jessica Batista, KREX 5 News.
Thank you, Jessica. And service members overseas are in need of those food items, and a local organization is asking for the community's help. Operation Interdependence had a very busy holiday season, and the cupboards are largely bare. So the group is hoping the public can help them restock some goods. One military commander is looking for some specific supplies, including warm foods and drinks like oatmeal packets and coffee and tea. Easy access forms of proteins like tuna and sardines are also preferred, and there are several spots where you can drop off donations, including Modern Classic Motors and all locations of Randy's Southside Diner. You can find all this information on our website, westernslopenow.com. A dispute is resolved between a naval petty officer and Walmart. Petty Officer Lindsay Hunger alleged the retailer violated her rights when it failed to offer her employment at the Grand Junction Walmart store on Rimrock Avenue. She claims the reason the store didn't hire her was because of her upcoming Naval Reserve commitments. Petty Officer Hunger says Walmart's actions violated the Uniformed Services Employment and Reemployment Rights Act of 1994. The U.S. Attorney's Office represented her in the lawsuit, but the Department of Justice announced a resolution to the legal action late Tuesday. As part of the settlement, Walmart has agreed to review its employment and internal hiring policies across the corporation. It also has agreed to revise the policies to include the following language. Walmart prohibits discrimination against individuals, including applicants, based on their military service, including required military training obligations or membership in uniformed services. An overnight robbery attempt has members of the Mesa County Sheriff's Office searching for a suspect deemed armed and dangerous. At about 2:45 this morning, deputies responded to the C&F store on the 3100 block of Mesa Avenue on a report of an attempted armed robbery. The suspect, caught on surveillance video, is described as a white male, thin build, wearing a black hooded Raiders sweatshirt with a red bandana across his face. Deputies say the clerk fought back and chased the suspect out of the store. The suspect left the scene in an unknown sedan west of the store. If you have information about the suspect's identity, you're encouraged to call the Mesa County Sheriff's Office at 970-242-6707. Anonymous tips can be sent to Mesa County Crime Stoppers at 970-241-STOP. Well, still to come on KREX 5 News at 6. The Grand Valley woke up to the aftermath of a freezing fog this morning, and Chris Nation has more in your full forecast after the break.